We're going to move on to the topic of immigration. Mr. Lumaj, this question goes to you. There's an uncertain...
Why are you picking on me with immigration? No, I'm just joking.
There's an uncertain future of the deferred action for childhood...
Since
Excuse me?
Do I get a rebuttal to that?
We can get back to that after you answer the question. You can use your time for that. There's an uncertain future of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, which has provided temporary legal status to thousands of immigrants brought to the United States unlawfully as children. Should DACA be made permanent?
Look, DACA was an executive order. It was never passed properly by the United States House and Senate. This is where the United States Senate comes in. When you shape the president's agenda, this is where we put up a good fight to defeat the militant socialist agenda that is being implemented in our country. Now, I benefited from the immigration laws of this country. I waited in a refugee camp with my family for 9 months to be processed to come over here. My mother waited 7 years to join me. My brother waited 13 years to join me in the United States legally. If we did it legally, why should we reward others who came to the United States illegally? That is breaking the law. We either enforce the law in every aspect of our society, or we don't. Immigration law is federal law, and they flaunt the federal law, and they shouldn't be rewarded with giving them a permanent status in the United States.
Thank you for that. Ms. Claridis?
Well, certainly we have a concern about the people that are in this country through our open borders. I believe in as much legal immigration as we can have. But our open border policy has gotten us into a place where fentanyl is flooding our streets. It is the #1 killer of 18 to 45-year-olds in this country. The ingredients for opioids 90% of them come from China to Mexico and flow through the Mexican borders. If life and health of our own citizens is not an important reason to make sure we have a border policy that is secure. Again, my grandparents fled a genocide to come to this country. They came here for that American dream. They raised a family. They raised grandchildren. They started a business. That's why I'm running for the United States Senate, because I want to give this country back to the people, because I want to make sure that American dream remains. But unfortunately, our border policies right now are not working.
Thank you. Ms. Levy?
Well, I am an immigrant. I escaped Cuba, communist Cuba, with my family. We came here legally. I waited 8 years to become a citizen, legally. We must enforce our laws. We cannot let people start out here having broken the law. We have an invasion at our border, thanks to Biden, rubber stamped by Blumenthal, enforced by Mayorkas. This triumvirate is destroying our country with fentanyl, human and drug trafficking, and terrorists who have come across that border. 56 terrorists alone have been apprehended this year, but who knows how many got through. Over 207,000 illegals were encountered at the border. We must close the border. We must continue building the wall. We must use electronic surveillance. We must use drones and enable the Border Patrol to do their job. This is a public health risk, and it is a national security threat to our country.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to take 30 seconds if you choose to rebut what your opponent had said to you in the previous question. That is your option.
Yes, well, again, what my husband does is my husband's business. I don't know, you haven't been married as long as I, but after 37 years, I've had quite a few arguments, and that was one of the things about which we have argued. And well, I'm not going to talk about, I don't blame you for the rate hikes at Eversource. What your husband does is what your husband does.
Well, I think you should check your records a little more carefully.
Well, I think you should check the records more carefully,
I would
frankly.
check the records.
We'll
so
let you jump in here.
Anyway, I'm here not to litigate the past. I am here to talk about the future. Elections are about the future. And I'm here to make life better for the families of Connecticut.
Thank you. Did you want to take any time to rebut?
No, I will just say I am privy to the same records that Mr. Lumaj has, and we've seen the same thing. I think Ms. Levy needs to check her records more clearly. We've seen. It's interesting that you're fighting to take out Dick Blumenthal, who you donated to, and also
I
Chris
never
Bragg.
donated to Dick Blumenthal. It was my husband.
All right.
Ladies, we're going to move on.
25 years ago.
Thank you.
We're going